Oh, okay. We're back. We're good. Oh, and in all the glory, thank you for waiting the 5 minute countdown. We are back here with SGL podcast episode 26. Just got done with the EM Civil War in the Premier Cup. I am Debit, and I am joined by the only Mazar here for this podcast. That's a word. This
Podcast.
podcast.
What? Okay, it's
I'm
late night
dead,
anyways,
man.
chat, so bear with us. That's all we could say. Bear with us. But
I might be dead from this past weekend.
I mean, it was one of those freaking matches, wasn't it, Debit?
It was a match of all time right after a weekend of all time. So that's all that's the basic way to describe what like my state of being right now. All I gotta say is I'm glad I'm off the next 3 days.
Bro, for real. Hey, I'm happy that you get that time off. Uh, if you're wondering why it's so eerily silent, we don't have any background music playing, so yeah, bear with me as we get that sorted out.
Yep. Make sure you pay attention to the music because it's a good one. I'm very biased on of the music choice, but whenever we do get that up, it should be a good time. But for right now, while we're like sort of like getting things set up on the fly because we were originally supposed to podcast, and then EM Civil War was like, "Hey, what if we played like right now?" And we're like, okay, yeah, fine. Let's just play right now. Let's just jump right into that, and then we'll just do like a kind of mini podcast because even after all is said and done, um, whenever we look at the podcast and like what we do for structure, usually we would review everything that's gone on in the past week. But to be fair, not all of the week is played out right now. We still have one match that is yet to be played.
That's the shame, isn't it, Debit? We should have had all of them played out, but we do have one match remaining, and that's what hurts. And chat, if you guys wanna know what we are talking about, we'll switch over to the schedule real quick. So just bear with us as that comes up right now. Boom! Look at the bottom left. Sounders RC versus Lisico Dose. Yes, that is a cup match as well, but they have yet to play. They weren't able to get their match scheduled. So, Debit, do you want to talk about the special arrangement that we have set up due to very exceptional circumstances?
Yeah, so we have run into a situation where Sounders RC and Cinco Doce are having a tough time scheduling. And now normally you would be like, hang on a sec, it's Tuesday. Why isn't that match basically just being decided right now? Well, here in SGL, we do have rules, but both teams have been trying to communicate as best as they possibly can. And because they're also playing in the Cup and within a 2-week period that also coincides with Thanksgiving happening plus the Cup, we are giving them an opportunity to essentially play both matches at the same time if they can get it done. So it's more like, oh gosh, they have to play a best of 5 and a best of 7? Well, yeah. Circumstances kind of worked out where they play each other in that, I guess 3-week time period. So why not just try to get the match played if possible? Because these two sides, the way they play, we deserve to at least see a matchup out of it. And we try to be as forgiving as we possibly can with these matchups. But most of you have just been incredibly good at scheduling your matches. And we do thank you for doing that because it just makes lives so much easier whenever you get it done in the time period. Not gonna lie. So this is very rare, one-off kind of thing. Do not expect this thing that often. This was just a good set of circumstances that came to be. So hopefully, either sooner rather than later, you'll end up seeing this best of 5 end up getting played out. So unfortunately, as a result of this, we will not be having power rankings for the premiere yet again. Just a result of not having all the matches played. So we're not gonna, filter that into that. So instead, power rankings will only just be the championship this time around, kind of like how we had a couple weeks ago or a few weeks ago, whatever it was at this point. And yeah, that's kind of how that one played out.
And one of the most important things to mention here is, we've had a really good run with scheduling so far. it's unfortunate that we've hit a couple of rocky obstacles along the way, and we just hope this doesn't happen again. The leniency is because of this very special circumstance. In any other case, we would have been decided on a winner or an outcome at the very least, you know? So now that that's said and done, Debit, how about we review the week, starting with the championship, because at least they got their matchups completed, right?
Yeah, we could at least talk about the championship because there's such a good league that even on bye weeks they're able to get all their matches concluded, even one starting at 10:10 p.m. on a Tuesday night. As you see, the Rebellion sweep Azul 3-0, continuing their dominant run. EC Defiance get back on track against their Seattle rival in Eternal. They take that one 3-1, and over in the Pacific versus East, Axe and Rose versus Steel Army, aka the Rydog Bowl. Steel Army sweeping Axe and Rose in just a controlled 3-0, and results kind of went as expected this time around, at least not all sweeps. And that leads us into a table where you see most of what is the same for the championship. It continues to be one of the more predictable leagues around. So it's going to be hard to do like a full-on breakdown of everything that's happening. It's just teams are falling into the right place every week.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So I think instead of shifting on like the big picture, here's how the league is unfolding, here's what's going on with the movements in the table, I think the best way to focus into this week is how have the players performed? Have they been improving? Have they been showing signs of getting better and better? And we have certainly been seeing that. Unfortunately, we cannot say that about the first week because the Rebellion completely dominated against Frontera Azul. I expected at least one game from them, but they got swept convincingly. And it's sad to say this, but yeah, Frontera Azul just had no answer, despite playing the strongest trio.
And it kind of like makes me like worry about that team because I've watched that FSD Azul team be at their best with that 3, and it kind of confuses me to see them get this kind of result against the Rebellion. I really actually do have a lot of faith in that Azul team to get a lot of things done, even against like the first time around we played them, like we swept them. But like you can tell it's just like sometimes you just catch Azul on their off days. Like I don't even necessarily think this was like a Rebellion like masterclass. I just think Azul, we just need to find the right day where things just fall into place for them.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought we were seeing that happen in the past few weeks, but the Rebellion is just way too good. I mean, that's all we could say about them. And I think it's high time we move on to the next matchup because this Emerald City Derby, this Seattle Derby between Defiance and Eternal looked really good. I think we saw Eternal show signs of big improvement, but the biggest thing to highlight is Bisbo is back, and he is showing how dangerous he could be now that he's starting to get going.
Yep. Now that Bisbo gets to showcase everything, it's showing off some really impressive wins. Getting the 100% win across the 2 games he's been in this series. And part of the dominant win and also part of the closer game that happened between these. But also came down to a little bit of rosters there. Even going up against the strongest roster that maybe you'd probably see between Deep Sea Huskies and Mr. Funk. Having Bisbo be a part of this ECD team, this has definitely been, a good ad for them. And I'm really impressed to see how ECD, like, I want to see them, like, still filter back up. So maybe this is, like, a slight little bit of a back, I don't want to say this. Not like a callback or, like, maybe like a finding out year to see how it goes, because I expected the rise to keep sort of going exponentially up, but sometimes you need to have that little bit of that middle ground year before you end up excelling even further. So maybe that's just this kind of year for ECD, because the roster, like, I thought you can like pretty much plug and play anybody at this point, but I think it's already forming with Bisbo, because we were kind of worried in the beginning about where he would be put into this ECD team, if it would mess up any sort of the structure that they've been working with before, because they've pretty much always been together. But yeah, I think at this point, it's just Bisbo is just a regular of this team now, and it's good for them because the way ECD plays, they want to be able to just throw in anybody to just work within that system, and that's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? If Bispo starts to get going, I can see this EC Defiance team starting to break into the duopoly at the top between the Rebellion and Steel Army. As for EC Eternal, I love that they rotate. I love that they try different combinations. We're starting to see everyone get better and improve. I'd say Deep Sea in particular really showed a lot of his mechanical skills against EC Defiance. I think he's getting to a point where he's becoming more consistent with them, and we can start seeing him be a big difference maker in this EC Eternal side.
Incredibly agree. I think that's another team that's really coming into form. Now that I'm seeing Huskies and Funk come out a lot more, I think it's really sort of like navigating where the best lineup occurs. And I think they are doing a lot of shifting around, which is good to, get everybody comfortable with each other. But I'm really sort of like, I'm really liking seeing all the different combinations come out because I don't think there necessarily is a strongest trio right now. And I think that can be a little bit of a kind of iffy time period for a team like that, especially if they're trying to build up more chemistry. But at the same time, it's kind of exciting because you can sort of figure out if like all the different trios that you're working with will end up working out, or if you find one that just tends to work more. But either way, they're just building chemistry all with each other to the point where they can have like a solid 5 people on the team, don't have to have everybody there every week. And again, a lot similar to ECD, get them in the system, and then next thing you know, maybe you don't have to worry about somebody not being on there week to week.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? If you want to get better, you got to keep playing everyone. So I'm glad to see them play Adifo a whole lot as well. I think we're starting to see him become more consistent. He's still learning some harsh lessons, play against better players, but he's going to get there. Adifo, I see you in chat. I believe in you. You're going to get better the more you play, and I can see you really becoming a solid SGL player if you stick around for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It takes this kind of time. Like, I started out as like a plat 3 or plat 2 or whatever in this league. And I mean, I know I don't play ranked as much anymore, but heck, I got nearly 10 seasons of chemistry with my teammates. So, and now it's just, we don't even really have to play ranked with each other. We just sort of plug and play and go from there.
That's right. So moving on to the final matchup. It's really sad. Before we dive into that final matchup, it's really sad that we basically had 2 big sweeps and then a 3-1 just because Bisbo woke up and said, I'm gonna, destroy this Eternal side. But could have been closer, especially with Axe and Rose's Steel Army, because they deserve to get a game. They played so well. They had their best performance, in my opinion, and yet they couldn't win a single game. And AGD Delight mentioned this as well, Debit. He said that his team deserved to not get swept. Do you agree with that?
Deserve is a hard thing to quantify in a matchup. And while at the end of the day, I'm probably going to be like, I don't know about that. Like, we definitely weren't playing our best. Like, I can kind of see, like, we're getting that one game. I could see where that thought process comes from. But a lot of whenever, like, playing up to a team, there's going to be a lot of those moments where things just kind of don't go your way because of other smaller things that happen within a matchup. So I think one of the things that more you have to take out of that is not so much like a deserve to win-o-meter kind of thing, but rather what are the small things that worked out versus didn't work out in a matchup. And that's where you see the key superlatives start coming out. And that's where like the next like step is. Like, believe me, like I get that feeling a lot. But there's still like just like a couple things that happen. Like, they're close. Like, believe me, they are absolutely getting close. Having Borf and Canty back in that roster is really critical for them, and I'm glad to see them join within that group. Especially when we're talking about, like, I think mental fortitude was one of those things that he had mentioned as well. Um, that comes with just playing the game more with your friends or playing by yourself. Um, so yeah, it's like those things you kind of just got to work out before we start pulling out the deserve to win meter.
You know what? I agree with your POV. That's a very well-grounded and reasonable point of view. And I'm pretty sure, I don't think AG Delight meant it as, hey, we were good enough to get a point. I think in his mind, it was, we played so well, we should have had something out of it. The fact that we didn't sucks. But I'm sure they know where they could get better. Because at the end of the day, yeah, a sweep was to be expected. But let's talk about how improved they were. HG Delight and Canty both were challenging you guys in the midfield. They were bringing it out of the back. They were passing the ball. Dark Shade was throwing himself in at the final third. He was not afraid to step up and, go for the ball. And even Borf was coming up with some good touches. Like that whole team is growing game by game. So we could talk about a whole lot of different things, but I'm going to focus on Canty real quick, Debit, because personally speaking, I'm so glad that he's getting to play more often, and I hope he can continue to play. He has the potential to be one of the top players in the championship if he gets going and gets into form.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that one. Because Canty is a player that we've seen before. We just haven't seen them in a while, so it's good to get them back in. I think after like 3 seasons hiatus it was, or something like that. Yeah, Axe and Rose, whenever it comes to them, that continuous improvement is there, and they were definitely, like as you said, challenging us. They were, one of the best ways I can describe it is like you beat a team like Steel Army or Rebellion because you're making them uncomfortable in their own half or within a spot that they're usually just used to, being in the flow state, where they can just sort of play the game and, bounce off the backboard, get the free touches, get the bumps wherever. Like, this is one of the few games that, like, even I was, like, a negative demo differential. Like, I know I'm not, like, the biggest demoer, but usually I've been better at avoiding demos. Like, Red 4 was not having a lot of breathing room to work. Raisin Boy was actually kind of forced to go for more physical plays in order to get Axe and Rose out of their comfort spot. So it definitely forced a lot more adaptation out of us. So that's the little things that Axe and Rose are really implementing into their gameplay that is showing up. It just doesn't show up on the score sheet yet, which is one of the tragedies of, playing good, but they're not getting the result. Like in Smasher and the FGC, you always hear about like a close 2-0 or a close 3-0. Like those are those kind of results here that Axe and Rose are just unfortunate to be a part of right now.
And it's gonna take a while for them to get out of that too, no, Debit? I mean, because these guys are getting better, they're getting closer. They just need to learn those harsh lessons, and they also need to accept that, you know what, they're gonna have to get better mechanically, because there are a lot of instances where the way they played was pretty good, but they were just getting caught off guard because they were not quick enough. They were not able to get a shot early enough, or they were just unable to cover the ground quickly enough.
Yep, and there's also something that, like, Action Rose has a lot of the problems that, like, I've seen us have in past seasons in SGL, being part of, like, the first division, where we were defensively capable enough to stand up to most of the top teams within, like, said division, but you couldn't exactly build a breakout because you were either getting boost starved or, just being put out in such weird positions that your team could never really get set up on offense. And that's something that, like, the Rebellion and Steel Army are enjoying right now, because they're putting themselves in those situations to not get caught. Action Rose just need to find a way to dig themselves out of that hole into the point where they can end up, being the beneficiary of transition defense to offense, and then finally getting those opportunities where they aren't just being like, all right, we can defensively hold up with them, now we can also get on the counter, get the boost steals, throw the passes out for each other, make the proper shots and plays and demos that, work out for a person that's not me on the pitch right now. That's just the next step for them.
Exactly. And, it's perfect that you bring that up just as I bring up the league table, because they're second to last. And you know what? Given how they play compared to EC Eternal, it's very close between them. So I feel like for Axe and Rose, they're getting there. They're making those improvements, those incremental improvements. I think the next step, as you said, is can they transition from defense to attack? Can they do that effectively? Like Frontera Chrome does when they're at their best. I think that'll be the next step for them. And when they get used to that, they could then start to get going.
Exactly.
And you know what? They certainly have the chance to rise up the table. They're just 1 point behind EC Eternal. And after those two, we didn't bring up Los Verdes, one, because they have a bye week, and two, it's obvious. They still need to get that 1 game win. Still need to get that point. I think we all know what's going on there. But the gap is starting to form between sixth and fifth, and the rest. We're starting to see EC Defiance and Frontera Azul break away from Eternal and Axe and Rose. So you're starting to see 3 bands of teams. The top 2, the top teams, favorites for the title. They're going to fight it all the way. The next 2, kind of like your gatekeepers. If you want to be a good SGL championship team, can you hang around with both Frontera Azul and EC Defiance? And then you have the 2 teams that are new, that are just starting to improve, that are starting to settle in, EC Eternal and Axe and Rose. And then you have the bottom tier, Los Verdes, which is, can we please get a point? Can we please get 1 game win?
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate to see like the championship resetting itself a bit, because it always was a dilemma of like, where the hell do we put Steel Army and Rebellion? Because like Rebellion was there last season, and the results clearly spoke for themselves that it just wasn't quite, good enough to see yet. Steel Army could probably do about the same as the Rebellion in some cases, whenever it comes to being in the Premier. So it's like, man, if only they had like a 3rd division that was like right around there. I'd argue that Azul can be there right now too, and probably ECD in like a season, potentially. But yeah, like this divide that's forming, like it's very like developmental style league right now, where some teams are going through resets and some teams are just, at their current prime, I guess you want to say.
Absolutely. And I mean, it leads us to a point where we could potentially have 3 divisions, and we're getting there, kind of. You have the Premier, which is an absolute slog, but even then you could say maybe 1 or 2 of these teams can be in the 2nd tier, and they'll join Steel Army and the Rebellion, maybe Defiance if they get going, maybe Frontera Azul if they get going, and then the rest of the teams are in the 3rd division. Adifo, I know you're mentioning promotion or relegation. That is only possible if we have a consistent set of players, but there's so much change, and the teams come and go as well. There's no proper way to implement Pro Rel. SGL tried that in the past. Debit, how did that go?
It worked for a little bit until some teams dropped out. Also, I'm pretty sure one season we had a Pro Rel part where I believe it was the Viking Army that went up, or was it you guys in U Sector that went up? It might have been Viking Army.
It was U Sector and Tigers and East Side Rising.
Yep. And after getting up, it was kind of like watching who's the team that does this every time? Is it Norwich that does this every time?
Oh wait, you're talking more recent season. Sorry. No, I was thinking back then. Okay, let's go back to Viking Army, because yes, they got promoted.
Yeah, they went through that 1 cup through SGL 2. After getting but like similar example though. Like who's a team in the Premier League that like once they always go up, they always like they never maintain a season? Is it Norwich?
I think it's Norwich.
I'm pretty sure it's the example, but yeah, it was kind of a struggle bus. And part of that is like hard to read, like if the team actually sticks together, because like what if their roster changes and either like gets weaker or stronger on paper? Like sometimes it looks stronger on paper, but then like the chemistry's not there.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's just like even more like, uh-oh, it's not competitive.
Right. And then you have other cases where a team in the lower division gets a huge boost, you know, with really good players, and suddenly they're destroying their opposition on a consistent basis.
Mhm.
You know? And then you
So-
could have a case where you get a relegation, and then that team that gets relegated starts destroying their opponents. Like, I guess the Rebellion's a good use case right here. Right?
Yeah. Oh, good use case. Also, it helps because, like, you know, like they played Steel Army too, and that was like a tight game 5. So it's like the two middle teams that are facing off against each other, still being tightly contested against each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, when I was thinking about that earlier season moment, Debit, that was when we had Eastside Rising and Youth Sector, I think, fighting for a promotion. Eastside Rising won the playoff match, and then they said they didn't want to go up, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
There was, I actually don't remember what team it was. It sounds like Eastside Rising, but at
It's
the same time,
Tigers as well.
there was one team that didn't want to go up.
I think that was Tigers.
It might have been Tigers because Eastside Rising definitely wanted the challenge. One of their players was really good and wanted to play against more advanced people. That didn't work out as well as he had hoped, but you know he wanted to at least try with his current squad.
Yeah, and we don't want to put a team in that kind of spot where like, okay, you have to play at this higher level even though you don't feel comfortable, and on paper clearly you're not going to do well. So if we get some stability and consistency, and if everyone's okay with the jump in tiers, we can go for it. But it's not something we're going to push for given what we've experienced the past couple of times.
But yeah, a lot to consider. Too many variables to completely call pro rel.
Yep. So, Debit, before we move on, how about we just do a very quick review of the results in the prep and just move on?
Oh yeah, we can do that
Just real quick.
real quick.
Listen.
Let's just throw up the board back again.
Boom.
Go through it because we at least had some game 5s this time. One that I did not quite predict in ECRC and EM Dallas Burn. I was thinking more it was going to be closer to a 3-1, but ECRC, that was a much needed result after them, you know, dropping pretty low in the standings as of recent. TA sweep against El Matador. Yeah, they have now firmly put themselves up in the top spot after escaping that 2-3-4 hellhole of them, KC, and ECRC who dropped. So they get to maintain first spot as of right now. And FSD Chrome, game 5, winner against KC Cauldron. Real quick, I kind of want to put a little bit of a highlight on that match because we have been known to put KC like a lot higher in most circumstances, but it's tough to do whenever the results just aren't quite panning out and it's like a usual game 5 drop for KC.
Yeah, and it's so weird to talk about this game as well, Debit, because KC Cauldron had a strong trio. They had Fatality, Serrano, and Thorngold. That is an incredibly good trio. And they were facing off against a Frontera side that was rotating. They played Months of Death in the first 3 games. And KC Cauldron went 2-1 up. Then they bring Shea Bomb in for Months of Death. And then it all changes. Game 4, very tight. Game 5, very tight. But Frontera still come out on top. And then when you think about what happened, you're like, oh my god, this Frontera team is absolutely incredible. They're definitely going to be fighting for the title. Awesome to see, right? And then there's KC Cauldron. On paper, a very good team. Why? Why are they getting themselves into a spot where, if we go into the standings, they could have been up there in the title fight, but they're now 4 points behind TA, 3 points behind Frontera Chrome with a 3-3 record. Like, it just feels like the gap is starting to widen between the top 2 and the rest here.
I mean, like, you think so? I mean, at least the positive is they're getting game fives out of it. Same with ECRC, because at least being like level on games played, that can help. But like, if Let's Dose win their matchup, they're probably ahead of KC at that point, based on a win percentage, right? Or is head to head? Do they have a head to head?
If Cauldron beat Frontera, trying to do the math. 16, 20. How much should Frontera?
Well, and then if Let's Dose win their matchup against Sounders RC, the
Oh,
one
I'm
we
sorry.
have yet to see.
Oh, uh,
I guess I don't know off the top of my head
they
because I
haven't
don't
played
see the
against
results
each
in
other.
front of me.
If they beat Sounders RC even in 5 games, I think they'll have a higher win percentage and they'll be above. Oh wait, what am I saying? If they beat Sounders RC, they'll have one more win, so they'll automatically be above them in the table.
True. Yep. Forgetting my own tiebreakers here.
Yeah, that's my bad. It's late in the night. It is almost midnight. With that said, interesting comment here from Luis, aka Worker Coops, in the Twitch chat. Timber's army way better than anyone else. They should win easy. Do you agree with that sentiment?
Yeah. Say what you want about the Maple Leafs this year, but last year, like, this is why I call them that, because they should win, and it just needs to happen. This should be Timber's Army's year to just solidify everything, and I think they had that at one point during last season as well, if I recall correctly. So, like, on paper, that is, like, one of the absolute best squads in SGL. But, again, they should. They just have to get the results now. That's the only thing left. Only thing left.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think they are building that consistency now, and they're taking this league way, way, way more seriously, to the point where even Piglet is stepping up and becoming a big player. And I look forward to seeing how they do. I think this is their title to lose, barring an upset. There will be an upset given how this season is going as well in the Premier.
Probably. Like, they at least escaped the early season part. Just time to see if they get it done on the back nine. Again, as we said, on paper, it shouldn't be close.
And Luisa also says, Chroman's the big story of the season, in my opinion. Trust me, I'm with you on that. I think they are absolutely a revelation. On paper, they look like a gatekeeper team, but they've been anything but that. They're a title contender. I'd say that is a story worth highlighting when we get to the end of the season, depending on how they do.
All right, we ready to yap for like 2 seconds?
Oh yeah. This is not gonna take long. Bear with me. I still need to get that set up. I was so into like these discussions that I completely forgot that I had to set that up. So, bear with me, Debit and chat.
All right, good. I got the receipt ready. Your camera image is ready.
By the way, have a good night, Caesar. Sleep tight.
Caesar, don't fall asleep yet. Stay awake. I don't care that it's 11 p.m. your time.
Look, we're all staying up, aren't we?
Yeah. Doesn't matter that I'm off tomorrow.
Doesn't matter that I'm working from home this whole week.
What do I want? Bro, do you want to see... I got a little bit of a showcase for you. Luckily, Power Rankings is short this week. And if we're real good, maybe we can even put the showcase up before we do the... It better be Sheets. Well, I didn't go to Sheets this past weekend, but I did go to an extra special place. 2 special places, actually. As we move on. Maz, we've gone through these power rankings nearly every time. Uh, I don't think there's gonna be much to decide as far as this goes, and I hate to almost do it this way, but yeah, most of my power rankings is basically gonna be the table, except for like 2 swaps.
Go for it. List them out. I'm ready.
All right, and because it's championship, I'm going top down. Rebellion #1. They still have the edge over Steel Army. Nothing until they give me a reason to think otherwise. Um, FSD Azul 3. Still a solid team. Can't deny what they have at that 3 spot. They're tied with ECD, so that's what makes ECD #4. Again, it's not enough to put them in the 3 spot quite back yet, although they're looking solid. Can't complain. Axe and Rose, actually, I'm putting them at 5, surprisingly, even though EC Eternal did get the point on ECD. I'll give it because of the better fight that they had against Steel Army than I thought they would. And I truly do believe in that team being stronger on paper than EC Eternal at the moment. My stocks are just high on EC Eternal right now because it's a buy low, sell high kind of deal. And LV, yeah, you're still developing throughout the year. It's going to be one of your off years. Sorry, typo. See all the chats now.
Well, wait till you see my power rankings. Here we go. I mean, let's state the obvious. Verdes, #7. Sorry, I think you're gonna stay there for the whole season. Not gonna lie, unless you guys prove me wrong. Up here, Rebellion. Obviously, they look dominant. Steel Army looked pretty good as well. #1 and 2, straightforward. Everything else, this is where it gets interesting. So,
what's he gonna do?
I'm gonna work from the bottom up. Right. #6 is EC Eternal. Sorry, guys. You guys did well. I'm not gonna lie, you guys did well, but you faced off against a really good Defiance team, and whilst you got that Game 2 win, I don't know if you guys did enough to really convince me that you should be higher. Maybe if you get another win, I might put you guys up there. Adifo wanted to go to bed. Don't worry about it, bro. Consider this your motivation. I want to see you guys step up. I know you guys can do it. Debit mentioned it in a nice way, in a good cop way. I'm telling you guys have the potential. You got to show it now. I'm really high on you guys as a team, but you got to start delivering as well. #5, Axe and Rose. Because they faced a difficult Steel Army side and pushed them. Could have had a game win, but didn't get it. That's fine. #5. At #4, I'm dropping FSD Azul down and putting EC Eternal in #3, mainly because EC Eternal looks so good and so dominant when they had Bismo going, and FSD Azul just looks so meek, despite having the strongest possible trio. I'm that blunt about this.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's kind of fair, given past results. And even like this is a power ranking, so if you want to take most recent results into effect, even with the top team, I could see that.
But there you have it. Pretty straightforward,
Yeah.
but with a little slight difference, right, Debit?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like, I could say it's like moderately crazy to do that, but it also depends on like what your power ranking is. Do you want to do more recent results, or do you want to do more of like the spread out kind of feel? Be more of like, what do you think the league table should be versus not be what it currently stands at?
Yeah.
So it should change once we get to the Cup weeks too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Once this Cup week starts to get going, there will be a lot of swapping. That's for sure. Right. What's next, Debit?
Do we want to give Caesar a presentation?
Caesar, are
Well,
you still there?
I still see him in chat.
Yeah, but if he says something, then we'll give it to him. Why not?
I'll even bring it up early. Oh, he's dino dancing? Okay.
All right, here we go. You ready for this, Debit?
Yep. Throw it in there. Oh my gosh, you actually made that on the fly? Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, this is Debit's dumbass slide deck. This meme template of me was made by Rydog a little bit ago. I did not add that to the slide deck. That is Maz's work right up there. Appreciate it, I guess. What the? I was not ready for that. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna be real, guys. I only gotta focus on one team this week, and it's my own. Because, guys, we did it against Saxon Rose on quick turnaround. Did everything well as a team, and I'll focus on the result. Because, dude, we are champions after this year? What the hell? I made a tweet that you can make a book about our season given everything that happened. Also, hi, Cole. We are league champions. Dude, we won a cup in Tulsa, Oklahoma after taking a bus down. 18 hours one way, 18 hours back the other way. 1 goal scored in the playoffs the entire time. 0 goals given up. Went to PKs 3 times. Not only that, we had the team bum rush us as soon as they, won the cup. Dude, we were the loudest section in the stadium, in a baseball stadium, albeit. Dick was humongous. You're right about that.
In more ways than one.
Yeah, obviously the better SG out there. Tulsa might have paid so much for flags that they had so many Bear FC Tulsa flags that we also brought a Tifo too, and maybe I can snag that image real quick and send it to Maz too once we get to a little bit past this, because I gave a little bit of detail to show, and maybe that's something we can kind of like segue into. Because
Absolutely.
I've provided Maz with a couple things to showcase, and I've kind of done it in a ordered system so far, sort of how everything started off. So once he's ready with the first image, so yeah, we were interviewed by our local news station.
Whoa. Hold up. Sorry.
What?
This is... Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were interviewed by our local news station before going on this bus, calling us an incredible fan section for even going down and taking a bus in the first place. And yep, that's my new name, guys. I am Jack Powell. It is no longer Stephen P. Update all the stickers and whatnot. There's a new name in town. So excellent start to the weekend. Now, in classic Debit fashion, I forgot a pillow, and we went to the greatest spot in the world, known as Buc-ee's. And they famously had a neck pillow that I could buy. I think 10 of us also bought neck pillows just to sleep on that bus, because that was the most miserable attempt to try to get sleep I've ever had. Buc-ee's are overrated? Hang on a second.
Oh.
Hold up. Whoa,
Bombshell.
that is a hot take.
You have
I
to
say
try
that as a
Buc-ee's.
Sheets lover.
Oh, I'm a Sheets lover. I've tried Quick Trip. I've tried, obviously 7-Eleven in Canada. Sheets is the bomb, but I've heard great things about Buc-ee's.
Dude, that is literally like the most amount of gas pumps I've seen in one area of land. Like over 100 or something like that. It's insane. It looks like a version of like, I don't know, like Sheets, QT, Wawa, Walmart. QTs are the best. Not even close. Sorry. I'm gonna hard vouch for Buc-ee's and Sheets over that. QT, they may have like somewhat decent coffee, but bro, I'm telling you, you need to get out to Sheets or Bucky's. Bucky's, I guess you're saying it's overrated, but
so I'm gonna jump right into this because I've tried QT and Sheets. QT multiple times. QT has good enough coffee to wake you up with the caffeine and sugar, but Sheets can give you a full proper breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night snack, whatever you can ask for, and you won't be dissatisfied.
Yeah. And plus, Bucky's went high above my list just because it was 4 a.m. I was dead tired. My neck is stiff from even trying to get any sort of good sleep whatsoever. And that neck pillow saved my life. So they instantly shot up the ratings because of that. But, I mean, all bias included, Sheets on top. So after that, Steel Army finally makes it down. A lot of us here were present on the bus. We've even had a couple West Coast reps that originally were from Pittsburgh and come over to Tulsa to meet us. Had a couple people fly down as well. This is our contingent that we made it down. This is right outside 1OK's gates right there. Team came in on the bus, took videos of us as we were chanting in support as they were going into the locker rooms. So you have a banner ready, just a little picture before we get all settled into the stadium. And yeah, chat, we were in a baseball stadium for a final. How disappointing. That's it. Don't do that. USO needs not baseball stadiums. That's yeah, no aura. But that's at least for another time. Also, the players came out at the beginning and at the second half wearing shirts of protest against the current CBA, trying to get better healthcare and pay out of everything. Wish I put up the image of the protest there for them, but yeah, we joined in unison with them on that. Moving on through the game, I have a couple pictures of what we got. You can see me chanting, a couple of our other people. There's a guy we call Shu over here, bringing the famous wrestler mask out. He wore it during the other wins, so we're very superstitious and kept the tradition going. This dude to the left of the wrestling mask waves the Steel Army flag pretty much the entire home matches. The dude in the back, who's, if I had to guess, probably throwing up a middle finger right now. He is one of my favorite people in the scene. He's an ultra. He may or may not do some things that, some people would be like, don't do that. Trust me, cool guy to have on your side. Guys that wave the flag the entire match are legends? Absolutely. That's why this dude Colin over here, absolute legend. We even had makeshift rods that we can bring in that will get past metal detectors for flags just in case, because they were not wanting to have flagpoles. By the way, speaking of flagpoles, one of our members went over to the Tulsa section, asked for one of the flagpoles, and they just gave it to us.
What?
Yep, you heard that right.
Oh, couldn't you guys have just kept that?
We took it back to our section and put our own flag on it. That's what we did with it.
Okay, was that flagpole played and not stickered up or decorated?
No, it's pretty plain. It was a regular PVC pipe. Nothing crazy.
Because if I were you guys, I would have just put a couple of stickers on there or marked it somehow with yellow. You know what I mean?
Oh, we had stickers. They just weren't on flagpoles. But yeah, as we move forward, hey, Team 1, we made it to PKs after a lot of stressful moments during the match, including Augie knocking a couple goals. Steel Army board got invited down to the pitch afterward, whenever a trophy lift did not happen, either due to broadcast timing restraints or either the USL being stingy about players protesting the current CBA. What was the Tulsa players' deal? Apparently Augie shit-talked somebody on their team as he was running from the bench over to us. So he followed Augie down to where we were, and he tried to get into it, but his players were trying to pull him out.
Oh, Ian, why, dude? Why? It had to be Ian too, man.
Hey, that's that's who it was that we're hearing.
Ian,
But
aka USL Seiko.
oh my gosh. But yeah, Augie shit talked him enough to get him down to the celebration. You could probably see it a little bit in one of the other like videos up ahead. Like this was like one of like the Steel Army and all the players joining in one. By the way, this cup is broken at this point. That handle on the right side, you can see that a screw fell off.
What?
Because one of our players just kind of pulled it too hard. So that handle's a little broken.
A screw fell off? How does
It was
a
just a
screw
screw.
fall off?
You got me. Apparently, Ilal is so strong that he pulled off part of the, like the screw that held it together.
That is wild. God, dude. But look at that gang right here. Look at the players and fans in unison. Although I think the players did take a lot of the, camera, but I see some of y'all there.
Dude, they were with us the whole way. Like, if you actually fast forward to the one video, the first video you see.
Wait, can we do the video separately, or do you need to show the first video right now?
Nah, we don't have to right now. We could showcase those afterward if you want.
Yeah. Wait, what's going on? Oh, never mind. Okay.
But yeah, like a couple more shots from that I gathered from here. Like the next, as a longtime member of ours, along with Bertan just screaming into it. That's me fighting for my life. Because also during that scrum, I fell. I lost my balance at some point, and I had to get back up. I actually needed Augie's help to get back up.
Look at those glasses, though, bro. You're holding on tight to him.
Yeah, they fell off my face along with my hat. I was literally packed.
Yeah, that looks claustrophobic, doesn't it?
Yeah, but thankfully I'm not claustrophobic, and I was just like, all right, let's make sure I can see for the rest of the trip.
But can I say this? This picture just really embodies like the connection that the players have with you guys. It's not like there's an invisible wall that separates you from them. It feels like you're all like one big happy family all together,
Exactly. Like before PKs, they set up 5 security people in front of us, and they said, please don't rush the field if you guys win. And we told them, don't worry about us, you got to worry about them. And that was the case, because you'll see it in a video coming. Yeah, the players just ignored security whatsoever. They just did not care what they had to say. Here's another angle of the trophy with the team and everybody. Championship shirts made available, and this is one of my favorite shots. Augie in the crowd. This is one of our members, Mike, along with one of my other favorite dudes in the section that I mentioned out earlier. Dude, I don't know who I forget who captured this. I think this was Club 11, one of their guys who snagged it. One of my absolute favorite shots, because I think it's there's a lot going on for just this black and white photo. But I think it's near perfection. But yeah, dude, it just absolute blast. Perfect weekend, perfect result. Don't care how it happened, just got it done.
So what'd you guys do after this match?
We actually went out to one of the bars that was nearby. One of our other members, she loves being with us so much that she actually ordered 2 bottles of champagne, and we did and we just did like it's like shots of champagne around like for everybody. The team went to another bar, and a couple people, including one person that is going to be new to this league for Steel Army soon, he went to that pub as well. I wish I had the photo pulled up of that. Um, they went to another pub, and a couple of our members also followed the team there. But I was kind of along the lines that like I kind of wanted the team to have a little bit like their own time, like together. But apparently, whenever I got there, some of the players were like, "No, like, come over. We don't care. We'd
That
rather have
says it
you
all,
here."
doesn't it? I'm sorry I have to interject, but it's such a rarity to see players be like so close to the fans and supporters to be like, "You're one of us," you know? It's incredible. I wish more teams were like that.
That's what makes like this team like just super special. Like every time Augie tweeted or made a post about us, it's just like we're ready to run through a brick wall for like this team because like we're there with them 100% and they see that. That's like what every time after a big win, like you see them flock over toward our section because like they know we're here. They know we've been with them through ups and downs. They've seen the familiar faces. And even somehow, through all that, the Steel Army bus got back in time to find them at the airport that was just built, new terminal. Got a couple pictures going around. I think Eric was taking an interview somewhere from one of our local stations. And yeah, I didn't think we were gonna be able to get back to the airport in time, but somehow, whenever we left Tulsa at like 7 Central, we made good time. Even stopped at that same Buc-ee's again. I had a much better trip this time where I was more coherent. Yeah, just an awesome time over there. So worth it all. Got to see the players once again. A couple of them might have been a little hungover or looked a little bit out of it, but that's okay because they earned that kind of night. After an 11 a.m. local final, and basically probably just drinking the entire day. So they earned that night. They earned that celebration. I'm so happy for them, and they were just so happy to share that moment with us, and we were so happy that that trip was worth it. I was so cautiously optimistic about everything, but to actually have a final be won by this team in this kind of year, after your coach goes on administrative leave, and you have no idea if your team's going to put in a goal whatsoever, and you only score one goal all playoffs, you're like, should I question this? Should I be fine with it? Probably not, but seeing Tulsa supporters start to get lower and lower volume as the game went on, they were nervous about going like toward extra time and PKs. Even getting to the point where we've chanted, "Is this a library?" And most of the fans heard that and were not happy with this.
Good, screw it. You're the away fan base. What else would they expect, right? Come on. So people need to grow a thicker skin about that because they're like, okay, there are some cases where away fans get really, really rude with their chanting and me personally, I'm okay with it, but in general, a lot of people look down on that. When you're just chanting, is this a library? That's not rude at all. So if people mind that, there's a problem. Sorry, I have to say that.
Also, one of the other sections that wasn't their supporters group at one point started like the classic like FC Tulsa or like FC Tulsa, like that kind of thing.
Ugh.
We started shouting "sucks" back, and one of our guys heard a couple people like audibly go, "Come on, man." So all I gotta say is, get ready to clap back. You gotta have more stuff ready.
Especially when you have an away fan base coming in.
But I will say they were very welcoming to us. I don't have any problem with Tulsa fans. I just wish they got a little bit more ultra-like or a bit more
Fiery? Passionate?
yeah, I guess. They have a lot of confetti cannons, but they need more voices.
Yeah.
And that's a problem with some USL SGs. They're more drums than voices. Like, we love drums, but I want more voices out there.
Seems a problem with the US and Canada in general, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a different conversation. Like,
Yep.
some of
Yeah,
us were
we know.
talking about this like last night too, so. Or was it
Yeah.
this morning?
Both days.
Yeah.
Both days.
Okay, but before I forget, I have the 2 clips ready. We'll just go
Oh, you
one
do?
by one, starting with the first one and the second one. The first one I think is you guys just arriving into the stadium, right?
The first video? No, it should be the final PK.
Oh, okay. One sec. Get that set up. Done. Ready.
Yep. So just to showcase for you guys what it means once you score the winning PK in an away stadium, this is what it's like. Oh wait, this is the celebration spot.
That's what I mean, right?
Oh yeah. I thought you meant the other clip first.
Never mind. I couldn't see it, but sorry. That's the celebration. We could go over that again after we show the first one, which is now
yeah.
ready.
Show that first one.
Hold on. We'll replay that.
Alright. This is the important part right here.
Holy Robbie! He's jump right. Yeah, that's so heartwarming, bro.
By the way, I will just reappear at some point, by the way.
Look at Augie go!
There I am.
There's Ian. All right, you want to see that again?
You can go to the other clip now.
Okay.
Say the PK is not the important part. It's the. By the way, we snuck a smoke in.
2 smokes, right?
I think just one. It might have been 2, but I can't remember. And then Augie stole it. Once it was popped.
Oh my lord!
While celebrating.
Absolutely incredible. God, man. Those are the moments you live for, Debit. Oh. That's what makes local football so special. Like, when you go this far, you have this terrific journey. You're there through it all. You guys with that long road trip. And I'm sure the Hounds knew about that too. You know, all of you guys going through all the adversities you've been through. You guys faced Detroit City FC and Rhode Island. You guys faced a really tough team in Tulsa. This Tulsa team looked so good in the Western Conference, by the way. And you all beat them in penalties? Come on, man. Absolute cinema. That's what you live for. That's what local football is all about.
Their most clutch guy this playoff, Stefan Lukic, had maybe one of the worst penalties I've ever seen. And to see that clutch guy all of a sudden just melt in that moment against Eric Dick, and he was like, "Oh shit, I can save this pretty easily." That's when Eric said he knew if I just got one, then I knew we'd be able to win.
So on that note, did the players talk to you about how that matchup went or anything when you guys got together during and after your celebrations?
Like as far as like how PKs would go, or
No, just any kind of conversations that you guys would have had. Did you even
I
have
didn't
any
have
conversations?
I know I personally didn't have a ton of conversation. I think most of it was just more celebratory. I can't speak for most other people right now. And maybe it's something I'll talk about later whenever I talk to more people about this that actually went to the bar they were at. Yeah, I don't have anything to report on that right now. I just know that our interim coach, club legend Robbie Vincent, actually had the team practicing PKs like since before the playoffs. So he knew it was always a possibility that we'd have to get good at them. And I think after the first 2 PK chances that we had to go through, the last one actually just superb. Probably the best I've ever seen them doing PKs. Because even if their goalkeeper gets right direction, they always had enough pace.
Absolutely. Gotta hit it hard. Can't just dribble it into the net.
Exactly.
Speaking of dribbling, Debit, I think now's a good time for us to go into the final segment, right?
Yep. You guys have stayed with me for a while. I appreciate you letting me showcase this. But you know, if your team makes it to a final like this, hey, and if you're an SGL, let's bring it on the podcast. I don't care. Let's get your showcase up in here, especially if you make a trip like that. I don't care. Let's talk about it. Let's go see it. But yeah, enough on my end. Appreciate you all watching in Discord and talking with me through it all. We could we could talk about the greatness that is SGL clips.
Indeed. Here we go. No, Caesar, stick around. We're going through the clips right now. Not yet. No good night yet. Here we go.
I'm pulling up chat. All right, kickoff is kicking off.
Oh,
Right off
very
the rip.
nearly a goal right there.
Open net miss.
Probably should have been, to be honest.
Oh. You know what that is?
Got it in the corner, but they get it out.
Yeah, that's Rocket League.
Oh, nice back pass. We're going all the way to Waffle, who throws it to Doughboy. No boost, but he's going to take that fake. Oh,
Wait, what?
no! Open net,
Oh
no!
my goodness.
Oh,
Two
that's
open
rough.
net misses.
Game one.
That back.
Yeah.
Oh, did we try for a
And
musty right
Swilling
there at
is
the end?
already
He did, but he
maybe a
backflipped.
little better. There's a
Oh.
quad in.
Oh!
Oh, I remember this goal. Dr. Aquatic just being a bully.
Let's see the
gotta-
solo play. Oh my
It's insane
gosh.
how that still ricocheted because Polar side flipped right there.
Just an unfortunate bounce for Polar right there.
Well, like, okay, you see players in maybe
Don't sell
USL
yourself
or
short at Eiffel. Come on,
academies where
man.
They make it starting to be just a couple miscommunications that maybe Azul can
Art
take
forms are
advantage
meant to
of,
be worked
but
on. Well,
the series is so firmly in Rebellion control. Oh,
wait,
Okay.
wait, no. I remember this goal.
I mean,
Okay.
they only need 3 more.
if you can take
Is this a
advantage
low
of
light or
own
a
goals
highlight?
like
Because
that, I
honestly,
think
even
you're
for an
gonna
own
do
goal,
just
that's
fine.
impressive.
Yeah, because, like, look at the angle. Like,
I'm not even sure how that happens.
pipe shot Gogan, this is actually impressive in angle. I'll give it up.
Won all of their kickoffs so
Oh, no
far.
boost? Shot.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a missed shot on net. Oh my goodness.
Same, Gnostic, same.
Talk about
Feel that.
but
Anytime
might be
Gnostics come, it's
present
like,
in
I
this
feel
season's
your
low
pain
light.
or your elation.
And I still pop to get around.
Oh,
Oh, my
what a
goodness, what a
save.
save. A backflip save coming out of Bisbo.
It's Bisbo right there.
Dude, that's the defense that ECD
Off the
needs.
backboard. Nose with an awkward touch. Philosophy Girl and Huskies
the
will double
bump
commit on
fest
this ball.
happening?
That's an open net opportunity, but Ferdinand not able to get it on. But Philosophy Girl puts it in for him. Oh,
Oh,
my
no.
goodness.
Oh,
Philosophy Girl
no.
said, nope, you should have scored.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of low lights.
Oh, oh no.
Oh,
That's the worst of
man.
them all, because he had all the time. She had all the
Not
time,
what
and she
ECHL
just couldn't
needs right now.
just keep it out. Just
Nice
panicked.
assist indeed.
Maybe ECE's worst enemy is themselves just in this matchup.
2 players for EC Eternal on the backboard.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
An insane.
I'm still
scoring
amazed that
opportunity.
that somehow
Ferdinand-
didn't go in. And then
Nobody-
miss and save.
Dude.
I can't even commentate what's happening right now.
Right? I feel you, Gnostics.
Yeah.
Somehow EC Eternal survives. You see when I shot on
yeah.
mid, it's off and a little high.
How can you commentate at that point? Okay, transition. Gary? Oh my.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, how did that not get
Oh,
cleared?
what
Like,
happened? Did they miss the ball?
like, that's
here?
impressive, but like I feel like that angle should have been
Around
right.
1. Oh my.
Deep sea front flip with 0 boost. That's why. When you front flip, you
he
don't have the
definitely got
ability to
around
hit it
1.
away.
You can make an argument he got
So the
it
ball
around
was still
2, but at the
continued its
end,
forward
he
trajectory.
definitely got it around 3.
I didn't realize he had
Nice
0-2.
solo play by Ferdinand.
A lot of good ground dribbling in the champ, though. Let's recognize that. And hey, the Premier gets some love.
ECRC looking really strong and composed. Nobody
Oh,
scored
pass.
yet, though. A nice
Oh
pinch.
my gosh. Oh my gosh.
A nice pinch clear.
Anybody
Another
coming?
shot off the post.
Oh my gosh.
ECRC couldn't get closer to scoring a goal.
Oh,
Save.
okay.
0 boost flipping into that. That's why I didn't want you to sleep, Caesar. I gotta shout you out here,
Wicked
bro.
dishes out mid. Caesar's able to cut it off, though.
Oh,
Be much here.
nothing again.
Caesar low boost again. Cuxer pins,
Pinch?
obviously.
Oh my
Off the ceiling,
gosh.
that's actually in. Spanky
What
makes it back
the-
just in time.
Insane. Well, you know
What
what?
are you
Let's
talking-
worry about that later.
dude.
Right now, Timbers Army leading El Matador 1-0, looking pretty good. Piglet lofting it up to Loy Boy, trying to go for a second with 0 boost. Indestructible though.
Oh,
Gets the
it's
demo
Piglet.
on
We gotta
Nelly.
rotate
Now
at that
Luis
point.
starts this attack. Gets this air dribble going. Gets the
Wait,
reset. Oh, the Guess goal
who?
line.
Oh.
Piglet with a massive save. Guess who?
Yep.
Keeps this 1-0.
It's the goat.
And El Matador.
The goat
They have the
of Timbers
chance
Army.
right there.
Piglet
They
himself.
gotta get it going again. Indestructible big 50. Nosix is not able to do enough. Luis keeps it up. Reverses to the ball. Nelly pops it up. Loy Boy beats him. This is going into the opposite end. That should have gone in. I'm sorry, Nelly. Bro, put that in.
Oh,
Nelly with 0
Nelly,
boost.
you're
Just
either like the
cannot
best
get
player in the
enough.
world
And
or
now they need to defend this. If they do just
Austin
enough,
Matthews in the
Loy
game
Boy
7.
sees this off. He is Austin Matthews this season. Now Skyline follows it up off the corner. He lets it go. That bump though not good.
Oh, what a redirect.
Loy Boy's trying to
Oh,
follow
come
it.
on.
He
Wait.
cannot get
No.
it in.
No,
Nelly.
no.
That should have been 2-0 to Timbers Army just Ball
Oh,
like
back.
before. But
All
for
right.
now, they have Loy Boy to thank.
I
as
feel
he
like
is
Piglet
wasting
should have
time
had that
right here
one.
with that dribble. Oh no, what a
Oh my
punch.
gosh.
This is going towards the opposite end.
Okay,
Nelly,
what a
though,
save.
sees it up. Shot
And then
by
he does this.
Indestructible. Nelly,
Dude.
off of the goal line yet again, and it's still 1-0 to Timbers Army.
Yeah,
as we
that's
enter
Nelly in a
the
nutshell.
final 90
Chat
seconds.
and
Dude,
Debit.
Dude apparently is now
Into
known
the
for his
middle.
defense and not his
A
offense.
good spot for Skyline, who needs to go back. He doesn't even have boost to get up there. Oh, he attempt again.
Wait a minute.
Double.
Oh, I remember. Oh
There.
gosh, dude,
Boost.
this was a disgusting angle for a flip.
Loy
And he
Boy
got that
magic.
musty
Yet
with
again.
this. Like,
What a
that's not
setup.
easy to get a
What a
musty that
finish.
good.
What a goal.
Like,
Loy Boy
easy
for
goal to
Timbers
season
Army.
contender right there.
And there's the banger. It might not be the banger Debit was looking for. He
you were
expected
looking forward to a Skyline
to
banger,
come
bro.
in. But Loy Boy
Yeah.
has delivered the magic.
Expecting
And
it, man.
Should this be game 1 going to Timbers? 1-0
Ooh,
lead
nearly escaped.
very early on. You know, some might say, okay, you have a lot of time, you can come back. Absolutely. But this Timbers Army team has been an absolute blow.
Oh, okay.
Attack. They've been providing moments of
I mean,
magic.
Loy Boy popped off in this game for it, but then
Going
Piglet
across,
comes
trying
off
to go
with
for a second,
this.
bails
Boom.
out. Piglet low double into the back of the net.
Loy Boy, he really took
Right
over.
on.
He wanted to be the main
at their
character
best.
in this
Piglet
game.
has stepped
You'll see
up
how
big
and
time.
why.
And now Timbers Army lead 2-0.
You already had that musty.
I mean, Devin says it in chat as well. You know, the defense is packing it. Because of that, they need more dangerous chances than Luis's solo shots.
Oh.
And you know
Oh
what?
my
They
gosh.
also probably need to
So it starts off with
solidify
Loy Boy
themselves defensively,
passing
because what
to
did it
Nelly,
say? What did I just
shoots
see
it to
right
the
there?
net. Loy Boy saves,
So
but
Nelly
he still
got a
gets a
pass from
pass
Loy
out to
Boy.
Nelly, and eventually you have a Loy Boy assist to
He took
Nelly.
a shot to the far
Even if
post.
it
If
happened
he
that
had
way.
like the
Loy Boy
slightest
then
of touches
saves that
instead.
shot, but Nelly's there to put it into the back of the net. So at the end of the day, it's the same end result. We just
It was
got a
at that
bit more
moment
flair.
when I realized
he's
personally
in.
that, oh my god, they're being toyed with. EM got
Losses them
toyed
the
with in
lead
that game.
in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
no.
the mistake comes out
No.
of the other end.
That's
Rocket
so
League giveth, Rocket
unfortunate.
League taketh
The
its
ricochets are
fatality
insane. Look at
name on the
this.
score
Good
sheet, but
lord,
it's gonna
bro.
go off Mecky Ducky's car. And
The
just
pinch
kinda
into
drive
Mecky
straight
Ducky's
into the
car.
net. So
Yeah.
lead
And it somehow
quickly
rebounds into the
restored
back of the net.
for
What kind of
KC.
circumstances you just go? What the?
Well, you better
Game
get a
2
lottery
lead,
ticket at that
still plenty
moment.
of time, of course, and one goal is
Real.
definitely not going to cut it
One's-
against this
uh-oh.
stacked KC team, but it is a step in the right direction.
That's
Now they just have to
fatality
defend. Mecky
dunk.
Ducky gets an
Oh.
insane save off of the post.
then
And can they counter it?
Muds.
Again, Muds to death. That one goes off
No.
the post.
He played so
no
well,
reward
too.
There, but what a
It's just
save from
unfortunate he
Mecky
couldn't
Ducky.
get more
We'll
goals
definitely be
because
seeing
he had
that on the
so many good
podcast.
looks.
Later this week, Serrano, we might see this
Oh,
one. No,
oh,
not
he
quite.
didn't
Muds
have
to
enough to
death
get the
clears it off.
double
Bucko
either.
being last man back with not a lot
Only
of
if
boosts.
Thorgold didn't
Serrano
jump for
gets
that
a demo.
ball.
Fatality gets a scoop.
Oh my gosh.
Patty Mahomes pass.
Remember the first
He's there.
killer
Mecky Ducky
flick?
taking his sweet
That's what that
time.
reminded me of.
Goes right to fatality
Yep.
though. There's two players right there for KC. Thorngold and Serrano bump into each other. That's the second bump.
No,
but
the
that
bad
off the
bounce.
post. Oh, Rocket
I'm
League
not gonna lie,
post, what
I
are
didn't
we
want
doing?
to showcase this, but it's like, it's so open!
Oh, that should have been 2-0.
Oh, that's tough.
I'm in
You
Cobra
really think
phase
it's gonna
right
go
on Cobra
one way
phone.
off the
Another
post and it
touch.
just hits the
And
other
with 4
angle you
seconds
didn't
left, they have to
expect.
keep this up in the air. San Diego just has to kill it and
Oh my gosh, yeah, I
gonna
remember
get
this.
one at the death.
But this is the crazy
What?
part.
Crazy
He misses
dunk
those open nets, and then Muds comes
off of
out
the
and gets this goal.
crossbar.
Somehow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it in chat whenever it happened, but like it's like
But
how did
Chrome
that ball
playing
like maintain that
infinitely
angle?
better
Right?
Like your
in
stream
that
just
game too.
like that can't
Absolutely
be right.
deserved
Like the way that they
to
had
get
Monza
that
Death
win there.
hit the ball.
Yeah,
Man,
exactly.
off the crossbar, Mecky Ducky will call it a fake. Chelsea man, one more touch. That one's gonna go in. No,
Ooh.
of course not. It's my fault. It's Kansas City defense. Toronto taking care of business this
I
time.
can
There's
hear
another
the
double
trauma
commit
in
for
that.
KC. Here comes Chelsea man once
Oh my
again. Is that one
gosh.
gonna go in? What a save from Thorn!
That is a
Golden
top-tier save,
Toronto.
by the way.
Clean up on aisle
Dude.
4.
Pancake that ball off
Gets
the
the ball out.
crossbar.
Here comes Mecky Ducky once again. Toronto is ready this time on the backboard. So even if Chrome don't win the series, this is a crucial game that and a crucial point that they can take with them. So once again, we see KC losing. I think they've lost every single opening kickoff.
Oh, yeah,
Of course,
just
two
attack.
games have gone their way in the interim.
Air
Toronto,
dribble?
air dribble. Can he
keep
get
going.
it by Mecky Ducky? No. What a save from Mecky Ducky.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Former defensive player of the year.
Oh
Shame
my gosh.
We've
So
seen
it's
so
the
much good
same
defending
thing.
from
What a
both teams in
save.
this matchup too. It was absolutely
For
insane
real.
to see.
Demo from Mecky Ducky might open things up a little bit as there's a far side spawn.
By the way, if you missed this match,
Fatality is
catch
there
it on
always.
YouTube
Shave-on.
if
Ooh, had to
not
turn
already
around
on
for that
Twitch. I suggest YouTube because Twitch has so many ads it
Fatality
becomes
responds
unbearable.
with a demo of his own.
This is one match that is worth watching.
That one on
You will
target.
not regret
It
it.
is now Serrano.
Oh
off
my
the bar.
gosh.
Fatality
Oh,
off
no.
the post. Thorngold comes in. That one's off the crossbar as well. KC
I had a
have
bad feeling
one
about
chance
Calden
this
once
whole
those
game,
misses
and it hasn't
came out.
happened.
They should have scored there.
Keeps this one in the orange half.
Thorngold was an absolute sharpshooter as well, and he
Starting to
missed.
run low.
I think we don't like hear
One of
too
the boys
often
from
like
Southern
Thorngold
California.
misses.
Great challenge from Mecky Ducky. Can he play it across? That's a great fake.
Oh, this was the
Chelsea
perfect
man.
pass.
What a play from Mecky Ducky.
Assist of the season, not gonna lie.
The no
Actually have the
boost.
patience
Big
to
break
wait that
play.
out.
The
Get
fake
that
totally
slight
got
touch off the
Thorngold.
wall and wait for your man.
Thorngold eats the post. And Chelsea man taps it in. What a play. Seconds left.
Oh, here
Kind
we
of see the
go.
momentum swinging in KC's favor. Here comes Serrano to the side. Ducky fatality.
These
Just
last
sitting
30
under
seconds were
Ducky saying,
absolute
"Land,
cinema."
I dare you. I'm gonna take you for a ride." Oh, but Thorngold plays it right into Mecky Ducky.
Okay. Yeah,
See
okay. Fatality
leading
up.
by one.
Touch.
Shaybomb needs a big clear and gets it. Can they follow it up?
Ducky,
Chelsea
but
man
up to
over
Chelsea
to
man.
Shaybomb.
Bang.
Oh, it's on target. Saved by Serrano. Chelsea man comes in and
That is
KC
insane,
clears,
by the
and
way.
we do have a game 5
Serrano had his
overtime.
Fennec all the way back there. He still got that.
Played at. So there's a pinch out. Luckily, fatality was ready.
Oh, goes backflip.
Things started to level out a little bit. Chelsea man.
Yes, this redirect.
Nowhere.
It was the exact same as their first goal in Game 5
Shaybomb.
too.
To Chelsea
Oh,
man.
Mecky Ducky had the first
redirect.
skid.
Yeah, yeah.
Big cow.
Although that was a bit more easier, this was incredibly difficult. So,
Yeah.
well done to Chelsea man, aka Larson, for this absolute banger of a game winner.
If I had my camera on right now, you.
Gosh darn. Yeah, I genuinely shocked that Chrome had enough resilience to just tear down that 2-1 deficit and be like, nah, it's alright, we got this. And they made that comeback. Looking really good too. Like it feels like the confidence didn't really fade at all.
Yeah. And that's why we didn't really want to showcase the Prem that much, because one, they didn't freaking finish their final match, but also because those clips were an absolute banger. Those clips were absolute freaking bangers.
Yep, absolutely. This is why we gotta, showcase our talent every week, because you guys just keep putting on the content.
Udifo in chat asks, which league are the River Hounds in? USL Championship, which is the highest USL tier right now, but it's a Div 2 league at this time.
Hopefully to USL Prem in 2028, 2029. Once the stadium's upgraded.
That new stadium plan, those new stadium plans look absolutely awesome. I cannot wait to see how that unfolds.
AC Boise coming in. Dude, I love teams coming into USL 1. Because USL 1, honestly, is one of those spots where I feel like soccer can have one of its greatest impacts in those smaller communities that don't have, like, a lot of sports coming to their areas. So, like, yeah, like, it's a minor league team, whatever. But, like, you get to be within your own league at that point. You get to see what like areas of Portland, Maine are doing right now with Hearts of Pine. It's just some of the most authentic stuff I've seen so far. You could just make it your own.
And it is grassroots football at its finest. It's really like boots on the ground, local communities. Like, it's not flashy. You don't see a disconnect between the team and the fans. Everyone is one big happy family. That's what I love about USL League One. And I hope it really establishes itself even when the USL First Division comes through, because that is going to be the bedrock for US soccer in the long run.
It really is. There's going to be a lot of prospects that go through there. Going to be a lot of players that are like used to being like either USL Championship players, like JC Obregon was one of our former players that are there. I think Hugh Roberts played a little bit, from what I remember. Nico Brett, Robert Morris product that used to be our primary striker on the team. He was actually just in the USL League One final. So that's just it's a spot for like a lot of different athletes from a lot of different backgrounds, no matter like what stage of your career, and they're hoping it could be like a good launching point for a lot of athletes. So I think having like those like diverging paths, whatever they may be, like we have a lot of avenues for soccer development here in the nation right now, and I just hope they just keep pushing through and keep pumping the investment in.
Yep, absolutely. Couldn't have said it any better. And let's not dismiss USL League 2. Still pretty good, but keep in mind that semi-pro. You know,
Yeah.
You still need that foundational bedrock in your professional level, and USL League 1 is great at being that. Adifo,
100%.
yeah, so Adifo continues about Boise. They had a minor league baseball team for a while, but once I moved back home, I'm going to games for sure. Cannot wait, Adifo. And if you could share like your experiences there too, it'd be absolutely awesome. Yo, Casey
Yeah,
Keller,
for real.
okay. Good to see him invest back into the sport. That's what I like to see.
That's what I've seen from some of these stories too. It's like past pros that like want to continue the game. Like I see a lot more like former pros of the game like have development for a lot of like youth and up and coming players. So that's just so much knowledge transfer and skills transfer that I think it's just it should work out so well. So I hope those communities back them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you should. Go buy the team, man.
It'll be fun. It will be filled with expenses. Like, you're not there to make money, but you're there to create social value. That's what football is at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Creates a ton of social value.
That's what I like a lot about our side here in Pittsburgh too. Like, we we're known for the Hounds here, but there's actually a team closer to me in Steel City FC that is League Two, and they actually just did well enough to make it to round one of the Open Cup through qualifiers. So like we have like different levels of local football here that it's just like whatever like tickles your fancy as far as like what you want to see, you got it. And that's what I'm hoping like these leagues can help accomplish. Like no matter where you go, you got something to watch or be a part of.
And you know what? I'm gonna say it yet again. I always say it, but I'll say it yet again. Support local football. That's it. Support local football. Now, on that note, I think it's a good time to wrap up because it's almost 1 a.m., Debit.
Mm-hmm. It is time to wrap it up. So, I'm going to keep it kind of short and sweet. Thank you to everybody for joining us on this podcast, going from matchup in the cup to here now. Thank you for hearing my rant about my team winning the championship and going out to Tulsa, hearing about our story. Appreciate y'all listening and giving us the cheers as sort of went through that game. I tried not to look at my phone too much, but once I eventually saw the text from Bear Blitz on my phone saying, "Dude, get in Discord." I'm like, okay, fine. I'll showcase what you got.
Sorry, we need to show this.
Wait, you got something else?
Yes. Bear with me.
Wait, hang on. I'll bear with you, but I'm now I'm wondering what you have. Or what you may have found?
Ah, yes. Found it. Perfect. Hold up. Just seriously,
moving my
this
head
is
back
so
and forth.
important to show. You might be wondering, what could be so darn important? Chat. Just bear with me. I mean it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. So, Bear talked about. We were celebrating in the voice chat, the Riverhound success. And, Bear called Debit. Hey, let us see everything. So, we do have proof of that because someone was kind enough to take a screenshot. And there he is, on the field, giving us a video call on Discord, showing off the celebrations as they were happening live. There it is. Photographic proof, Debit.
Man, is that whenever my camera broke and it just froze?
No, I think this was when it was still going, but it did break a little bit. It did break a little bit after this.
Tulsa internet or towers.
But
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
it was wild because Debit, I don't think you could hear us consistently, but I think you're still able to respond to us. It was just wild seeing the fans and players mix up and chat with each other. That was just surreal.
There's only a limited amount of us that can go on. I tried to vouch for one other person, but security was kind of being dicks about it.
Of course.
They're like, you can go over. I'm like, can I vouch for him right here? Like, he's literally standing right here. You could just go under the one thing that you have. And they're like, no. And I'm like, I guess I don't want to get in trouble with security, but should have just said screw it at the time, but oh well. Still got to celebrate afterwards, so at the end of the day, still all worth it in the end. But yeah, I appreciate you all being here for my rant about my team winning a championship for the first time in their 26-year history. Appreciate you all being in chat. Dafo, hearing about you. Shea Bomb, Luis, Skyline with the donations. All the EM folks, pretty sure I saw Wicca, Kuv, Playboy Farty, Caesar. Where there was another one there, but I'm missing out of that. I know Cole was in here at one point, shouting out him. I know David was in here at one point. No shout outs to him. Yeah, everybody who joined us tonight, appreciate y'all being around. Appreciate you, Maz, for streaming and showcasing everything here. And yeah, go schedule your cup matches. And for all of our statesmen and even our Canadian producers here, happy Thanksgiving to you all. Always thankful for having SGL around and you being the people that you are. I don't even know what else to say at this point. You guys just keep playing your games, being awesome people, and showcasing what you got in soccer chat. So continue your good work, and we'll keep trying to showcase as best we can. So keep giving us that content. Yeah, I don't think I got anything else at this point. So unless Maz decides to cut me off, we will see you next time. Peace.
Peace.